Shortly after George Floyd was murdered, I reached out to some police chiefs that I'd met over the years to see what their thoughts were and to see how they were. And needless to say, like the rest of the country, they were in pain. It was hard for them to see the images that the rest of us saw. They were just as angry. And I think they had an additional feeling, which is not only were they also angry, but they knew that they would be lumped in with the police who perpetrated the crime. We got a few police chiefs and sheriffs, the real sort of forward-thinking, modern-thinking police chiefs and sheriffs from across the country. We got a small group of them, and we got on a Zoom call and we just talked. And it was more like therapy, to be honest, and there was a catharsis. And it went so well, we did it again. And a few more chiefs and sheriffs joined. And it went so well, we did it again. And by the third call, I asked the question, what is the problem with law enforcement in America? What exactly is the problem? And we went around the room, and every single chief and every single sheriff gave a completely different answer. And that's when I realized, how can we solve this problem if we can't even identify what it is? But here's the good news. There was an insight. There was a pattern in all the answers that every single chief and sheriff gave. And no matter what they said the problem was, it all boiled down to lack of leadership and a complete lack of leadership training in law enforcement. And when you have that, you have a complete misunderstanding of how culture works and a complete lack of knowledge of how to build and create strong corporate cultures. And that's when we realized, if we could solve for how we build cultures in a policing organization and how we teach leadership, the ripple effects solve all those secondary and tertiary problems. In other words, we have to change the way police work from the inside out. And that's why we decided to start the Curve Initiative. We called it the Curve because these chiefs and these sheriffs were already ahead of the curve. They were already trying to do the things that needed to be done. They were the ones swimming upstream. They were the unpopular ones. They were fighting against the status quo. And they already had done things in some of their organizations that were having profound effects in their profession. We needed to get as many of them together as possible. They felt lonely. They felt like they were the only ones doing it. And just meeting each other empowered them to work harder. And so that's what the Curve is. The Curve is the most forward-thinking, the most modern-minded police chiefs and sheriffs from across the country, Republicans and Democrats coming together to change the way in which policing is performed in this country from the inside out.